Going on, everyone? Start of a new month. Why not? Let's look at some charts, shall we? Let's start with Bitcoin. Very boring, as we all know. It's not doing anything at all. Been going sideways since June. Coming up past the 20, we're back down again, then up and down. Like the last week, it's just been going sideways. It is above this little area here, so it looks like it wants to bounce off. But again, everything that I say, you got to take into account what's going on with the Fed. They just had their FOMC meeting and raised rates, and they weren't particularly, um, well, what's the word? They weren't talking about stopping the rates from going up. So things aren't great. Uh, the Dexy is it's got a bullish engulfing. The S&P dumped off from this is on the weekly, by the way. So things aren't great. So I expect crypto to be being lethargic again. Um, if you want to be trading crypto anytime soon, look at the alts because Bitcoin I don't think is going to be doing um, anything noteworthy. But it is though above 20 at least. And we're bouncing off the 50 here and all of this stuff. If I chuck in a line here, you can see it's, a, a minor level. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it is the 20K area. Where's the log one? Let's go BLX. Here we are. There's the 20K whole time high from before. It's still bouncing on top of that, so that's what we want to see. We don't want to see it falling down here. So everything's fine so far. We've still got this other area around 12 though. So if it falls from here, everybody's talking about, we're mirroring this sort of area. Maybe, I don't know, like we've got NFTs and GameFi and all this metaverse stuff going on now. So the money just isn't concentrated just in crypto, just in coins. Now money's spread amongst, especially NFTs now, right? So you may not get it. Still could, obviously, but things are a lot different. It's not exactly the same. The macro whole macroscape anyway. But I've said this before. I'm keeping money aside just in case we do fall down to here. For so I can buy the dip, the ultimate dip. I'm still buying in this area though. I'm not buying Bitcoin though. I'm buying other things. I already still have Bitcoin. I still have Bitcoin in my cold storage. So for me, I'm not buying any more. I'm getting exposure to other things, which I think uh, will pump a bit more. Let's look at total two. So this is everything except Bitcoin. So Ethereum and all the other alts. Looks a lot like Bitcoin. I mean, we're double bottoming here off the EMAs. Things are good. They're just surviving. If we start getting above here and above this 50 EMA, then things will start looking really good. I don't see it happening anytime soon. This is the weekly chart, remember? So we may not see anything until 2023. The ETH chart and the total 2 chart look very much the same. That's basically because Ethereum is the largest alt in terms of market cap, so it makes up most of this index. So yeah, Ethereum's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. The guys are looking at trying from a dev side, they're trying to accelerate the whole allowing people to withdraw their money from the S2 staking. And the last that I read about that was, the guys are trying to do something at the start of next year, so like March or something. But I don't really follow that too closely, so I could be wrong. And of course, things change. I mean, this whole POS thing was supposed to have been done years ago, so things get pushed back. Anyway, nothing to worry about Ethereum. Everything's fine there. The Deposits is doing its thing. Issuance on Ethereum is basically nothing, so that's really good for the whole triple halvening meme that the FMAXs want to tell us about. So everything's good there. This is the Solana Ethereum chart, and it's at this level which it hasn't broken in since May 2022. So that's a good sign. If we start breaking out of this, that means that Solana is gaining more in terms, or when you verse it against Ethereum. If it starts falling down here, that means Ethereum's outpacing Solana. So it seems to be holding this level. This is the Ethereum Bitcoin chart on the weekly. Here's my little wish list sort of thing for this. This is what I think will happen. So this is the 1618 extension, which matches up with this local high here. So I'm thinking that it'll probably just sort of meander around in this ascending triangle bit, maybe push up early next year around here, pumps to about 0.1, and then everyone will get euphoric because SMAXs are really looking at that 0.1 level. It's like a, I guess it's like Bitcoin maxis thinking, 100K or, 50K or something. It's like a nice round number. So I think if we get here, we're going to sell off, but only back to this and then shoot up. So, but we have been going sideways now since May 2021 on this little dip and a recovery. It might keep going for a bit longer. So when this ascending triangle sort of gets narrower, then I'm looking for it to push up. So timing, it sort of works out too, because it'll get to around, the end of 2023, start 2024. Again, this is the weekly chart. So looking good there. Solana chart on the weekly, let's go to the monthly because I think that's hilarious. Like whoop, and then we're down. Looks like it's way back here, April 2021. It's like way up and then way down. Yeah, but it's held this level now, so that's good. Good spot to be getting more exposure to this if that's what you're after. I've said before again, and I was $20 is like my ultimate target. So it's similar to the Bitcoin chart where it could fall down to here. Oh, wrong one. This one? Oh, I might have been on the index chart. Yeah, here it is. Right. So yeah, so this is the other level. So if it falls and breaks down to here, it'll go to 12. Similar with Solana. I reckon if Bitcoin breaks the 20K level and falls, it should get to around at least 20, maybe even down here into this order block area around 12. I don't know. I have been accumulating here, and again, like I said, I've got some money in reserve, so if it does fall down to here, I will buy some more. Another one I'm looking at is Sushi. So around here, we've had the change of senior leadership. So we've got the new head sushi chef in Jared. So Jared joined about here, I think, on the chart, but before then, it's just been going in this range, and since then, it's busted out of it. Perfect fib retracements here. Like if I could draw this, let's go to the 4-hour. Just bouncing off the EMAs beautifully. And let's go here, got a 786 retracement. This one will be a 618 probably. Yep, 618. This one looks like a 50. No, 618. 618 here. It's just been perfect fib retracements all the way up. Following trend, following the trend lines, following support resistance. So we're now comfortably, we've retested here and bounced off it again. It's almost at that point now where, so we've pushed past the 50 EMA. Here's the 200 EMA here. If we clear that, it's off to the races. And the only reason why I would say that wouldn't happen is because everything else is still correlated, right? Let's just chuck in another line here. So what do we get? Yeah, it sort of matches up over there, so that's good. So there's another level. If we look at the EMAs and this resistance area here, so I mean, buying in here is not a bad idea. You'd want to cut if it fell into this area though. But what could happen is if it clears all this up, that would be your first target. And then it could come back down to here and this order block and then sort of shoot up again. There's a lot of good vibes around Sushi at the moment. Change of leadership always brings hope. I mean, that's happened in any business that I've ever worked in, right? New leadership, new way of working things. Oh, this guy might be good, and you know what I mean. So I think just at a basic level, basic human level, the team at Sushi is going to be re-energized, right? Word on the street is they've got a couple of good releases coming up. The forum's active, so could be a good one to keep an eye on. Let's go to Dodge. Definitely keep an eye on this, especially with all this Twitter and Elon stuff going on. Levels for me that I'm looking to get in on is obviously the 618 area down here and this area here at about 11 cents, which is also around the 382. I don't want to be buying tops on Dodge. If I get a pullback, I will go in. These sorts of coins sort of pump out of nowhere. Dodge pumps out of nowhere. It's got a big, fan base, so it doesn't behave rationally. So I'm not really good at trading these, but I do know where the levels are. So if it comes back there, I will buy some, and if it doesn't, then yeah, we look at something else. BNB. Ooh, this has only just sort of cracked that in the last hour. Well, there you go. Let's go back to the weekly to have a look at this. So get rid of that. So we're at this good level. I posted about this in the Facebook group, so you may have seen this already. But if you haven't, if you're not in the Facebook group, the link will be in the comments. But as you can see, I'll just fit it all in on one shot. So you got resistance, support, resistance, support, support, resistance. There's a lot of chatter around BNB as well. The tide's turning. People are turning against Sam, and they're going back to CZ. CZ's invested now in Twitter. The coin itself, runs its own chain. There's rumors of Binance helping Twitter with creating a blockchain for payments. All rumors, but it's narratives that drive the market, not necessarily facts. It's crypto after all, right? So keep an eye on this. This is the daily, right? So this candle here, although it looks really bullish, it hasn't closed yet. So I mean, it is, but you shouldn't. You should only pay attention to a candle if it's closed. So, and this one will close. All right, so this closes in 38 minutes, which isn't that long. So it'll be interesting to see if it does close up here, because this will be particularly bullish if it does. Yes, that's a good one. Interesting though, right? Because everything else in the top 10, see, Ethereum doesn't look that great. Bitcoin's bouncing off a level, but it's not really doing anything. Solana's not really doing anything either. It's sort of trapped in this little area, needs to break all this, and he's still got this order block up here too. So it'd be interesting to see if it can break correlation or not. That's why I'm hesitant. If I'm looking at this on its own, this is really bullish. So just a bit hesitant there. Matic and BNB. Let me just flick between the two. Those charts look, oh, that's the wrong one. They look very similar, like that. See? So if BNB goes, Matic could go. Very similar chart. Polygon's got a lot of business development going on at the moment, so they're doing good things. This chart again, it's the same chart as BNB, right? So whatever I said applies, except against all that Twitter stuff. But Polygon is doing NFT stuff with Facebook, which was, I think it was announced today actually, and they're doing NFT stuff with somebody else too, but it escapes me. Anyway, do your own research on that. The last one I'll look at is Chili's. Chili's is doing something with soccer. It's a bit of an ugly chart with this liners because it's sort of in and out all over the place, but you still got this inverse head and shoulders thing. But this trend line here will make sense on the 4 hour. See here, and then here, and then here, right? So you got a 3-touch trend line, which goes back until December 2021. Yeah, there's a lot of good news for Chili's. Sponsorships, sports sponsorships and stuff. So keep an eye on that one too. The chart itself doesn't look that bad, but again, everything is correlated. So hopefully we can start breaking correlation. Otherwise, all of these charts will just sort of fake everybody out, and then you'll be in trouble. Yeah. So I mean, it looks good, but it's at resistance here, just like BNB is still at resistance. I mean, it's not great. For me, I'd want it to really bust out, come back, and then sort of shoot off. So no entries for me, but it does look good. It's pretty much the same across the board, really. We're all at key areas looking to go, but when you have the stock market not looking fantastic, we're still creating lower highs and lower lows, right? Remains to be seen. So let's see what the Fed does in the next one and stops raising rates. That'd be great, huh? All right, that's just a quick one. Hopefully you got something out of that. Let me know in the comments. See you in the next one.